Okay, welcome everybody to HPPE 290 Sport Ethics. This is the lecture on sportsmanship and gamesmanship. Very excited to have you all. Hope everyone's doing well for their first week of class. I know we started class on Monday. Monday and Tuesday is usually kind of a day to just kind of get situated, get books, get onto Blackboard, and start working on your discussions. And so as we get into sportsmanship and gamesmanship, this is just an introduction as you use this video and also the PowerPoints to go along with your readings in the textbook. So in this lecture, we're going to talk about sportsmanship, how it compares to gamesmanship, what you'll do on the PowerPoints, as well as that you'll click and watch the videos that coincide, that go along with the slides. So just to give you some more examples of different aspects of sportsmanship and gamesmanship. Okay, so welcome again to class. Very excited to have you all. I know we have a smaller group in this particular class, but very excited that we get to work together. Again, the way that you're going to learn in this format with online is that you're going to use the assignments, also the discussions, interacting. I'll post videos, also give video lectures, and also respond through the discussions, just so that we can have communication throughout each week that we have our assignments. Again, this is a six-week course, so there's a lot to cover in such a short time. But you'll be able to come away with a lot of understanding and knowing exactly what are the main concepts of sport ethics as we cover in this particular course. So today, what we're going to do is go over some of the key aspects of sportsmanship and gamesmanship, and as we define it, what I'll always refer to and use often throughout the semester is I'm going to talk a lot about your values, your attitudes, your beliefs, and your experiences, which is the VABES, right? So as you define in your own term what sportsmanship means to you, you'll always go back to your values, your attitudes, your beliefs, and your experiences, because what someone goes through in their own particular upbringing may be different from somebody else, because we all come from different parts of the country or different parts of the world, and we're raised differently. We have parents, we have um, family members, even a community that will have an impact on how we see things, right? So sportsmanship, as you define it, will always be a reflection of your own values, attitudes, beliefs, and experiences. Now, the same thing applies for the gamesmanship, right? So gamesmanship, you'll refer to that as your values, your attitudes, beliefs, and experiences. All right. So I will give you my definition sportsmanship and gamesmanship as it pertains to our course study and coursework. A lot of the coursework and things that I'll use, I'll use things from the author, also some resources, some additional resources through research. But again, what we're going to do in this is that you will, hopefully by the end of this week, you'll be able to define what sportsmanship means to you. So I got a couple examples. There's some links there. You can click on it. Look at the different videos. I did post one video already on Blackboard, which is the video on the softball player who had the injury. Okay, so now what is sportsmanship? Now, sportsmanship, what it is, it's how you conduct yourself in a manner as to increase rather than decrease the pleasures found in the sporting activity, both for yourself and for your opponent, right? So with that being said, is how you act, how you respond, and how you follow the letter and the spirit of equality as indicated in the rules, the regulations, and also the customs that control the game, right? How you respond to an official, right? How you interact with your teammates or to your opponent. Do you follow the rules of the game? How well do you follow those rules? And are you respectful and courteous and competitive? But there is that sportsmanship that's a part of who you are and your well-being, and what that entails, and how does that impact you as you interact and participate in the sport. Okay, so sportsmanship is how you adhere to the letter and the spirit of equality as indicated in the rules, regulations, and customs that control the play of the sport in question, right? Now, gamesmanship, what is that? So gamesmanship, what that is now you have um, a type of attitude, beliefs, and experiences that have an impact on how you play the game. or coach the game, right? So gamesmanship, it occupies a gray area between good sportsmanship and cheating. Okay, so it's that fine line. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples of what gamesmanship would be. You may not have, I'm sure that you're familiar with these types of tactics, but maybe not familiar with the term gamesmanship. Okay, so it utilizes legal tactics that are morally dubious and are designed to unsettle opponents. Now, these tactics are not technically against the rules, right? And but since it's not technically against the rules, it walks that fine line. It's in that gray area. Now, the reason for that is because we have in our society the attitude to win at all costs. We want to win, right? And because there's a lot on the line. Jobs are on the line, money's on the line, sponsorships on the line, championships on the line, scholarships are on the line, playing time's on the line, right? So there's a lot of weight and when it comes to sports. And so gamesmanship may take precedent over sportsmanship because of the strive to of elitism and the want to compete and to win. Okay, and especially with there's a lot of pressure with millions of dollars on the line or salaries or things like that. Like I mentioned, it could have an impact on how you view things, especially the pressure of it to overtake or maybe take precedence over your attitudes on sportsmanship. Okay, so now here's a slide here of Bob Whitfield on gamesmanship. Bob Whitfield was a former NFL player, played in the NFL for many, many years as an offensive lineman, and his quote was pretty interesting about gamesmanship. He said, "Everybody cheats. After that initial handshake, anything goes. The code of honor and respect probably ends when they toss the coin." Okay, so again, one opinion from a professional athlete who's been in the league for a long time that gamesmanship is something that is takes precedence over sportsmanship. Gamesmanship is also the winning at all mentality. It is a way that sports may be, not how it should be. It includes looking for exceptions to the rules, taunting, fake fouls, illegal head starts, taunting to gain an advantage, intentionally injuring another player, and intimidation or even espionage, right? Um, Here, there's a definition from the American Heritage Dictionary defines gamesmanship as the method or art of winning a game or a contest by means of unsportsmanlike behavior or other conduct that does not actually break the rules, right? So it's not breaking the rules, but it's walking that fine line in that gray area. Okay, so here are some examples, right? I'm sure that you've experienced it or seen it, or maybe even use it in your own tactics as an athlete, right? So trash talking, right? One of my favorite trash talkers that I love to watch obviously is Michael Jordan. He's one. Larry Bird is another. Deion Sanders, right? Ray Lewis. I mean, there's a lot of good athletes out there that use it as part of their game to get into someone's head, or really just try to disrupt their mental process, or even disrupt their game, right? Calling a timeout to freeze a kicker, which happens often, right? They'll call the timeout. That's not breaking the rules, but it's a form of gamesmanship. The other is strategic fouls, right? Fouling somebody. I know we have the NBA finals going on. Fouling somebody before the shot or to send them to the free throw line because they're a poor free throw shooter, right? Is that breaking the rules? Against the rules? No, it's not. It's just part of the strategic or tactic in order to gain a competitive advantage, right? Hard fouls, a term that they use in basketball is a hack a Shaq, which is fouling somebody to send them to the free throw line because they're terrible free throw shooters. Coach intentionally ejected to motivate his team, hitting a batter because you want to send them to the plate rather than getting a home run, or just trying to intimidate the batter. Pitching behind the batter, another form of intimidation. And then, obviously, a marching band playing loudly while the opponent is in possession or has in possession, or they're about to score. So the way to kind of disrupt their communication. So again, a number of different forms of tactics used in sport. I'm sure you can think of many others. This is just a small list of different types of tactics or gamesmanship tactics used in sport, but I'm sure you have your own list. What I did is also include in the PowerPoints some links here that you can click and watch some of the videos about gamesmanship and how it's used. There's some interesting ones there, and also obviously one of my favorite trash talkers of all time is Muhammad Ali. There's a link there about Muhammad Ali, Reggie Miller, and some of the top 10 trash talkers, right, in sports. Now, is that crossing the line? No, it's not, right? It can be used as a strategy, but again, it's a gamesmanship tactic. Now, what I want you to do is go through the material, read the chapter, go through these PowerPoint, watch some of the videos, and then think about how you would define sportsmanship and how you would define gamesmanship and provide some examples for each, right? And as you develop that, you're always going to reflect back to your VABEs, your values, your attitudes, your beliefs, and experiences. Okay? All right. So this is our video on gamesmanship and sportsmanship. I will post another video here shortly. But if you have any questions, go ahead and send me an email. But the next lecture will be posted soon. Have a good day.